Most welcome. This is your home. Happy to see you. Our party chairman who convened this particular meeting, our founding president who also happens to be our patriarch, the honorable members of parliament present and members of NEC, all of you colleagues, members of the National Council, comrades, invited guests, the media, ladies and gentlemen. This is the report of the leadership I have championed since the 19th day of September last year. And it's a report that incorporates all the reports of other secretaries. It's a synopsis. It's a summarized one. There are copies which are going to circulate, but those who have managed to get, please endeavor to share. It's my singular honor and privilege to welcome you all to Katonga, the home of struggle. I wish to appreciate you all for finding time amidst your very busy schedules. We are definitely alive to all the hardships you have encountered along the way and also endured all through the protracted struggle. We salute you and encourage you to persevere and hold the fort. I thank you very members. I thank you very much, colleagues. This year, 2024, as observed by the Honorable Salam Musumbe here, marks 2 decades of the existence of the Forum for Democratic Change Party, having been birthed on the 16th day of December 2004, following the historic decision at Bonita Gardens on the 7th day of August 2004, where 3 formations, to wit, Reform Agenda, Parliamentary Advocacy Forum, National Democratic Forum, agreed to formally merge and midwife the beloved FDC we see today. However, I note with a heavy heart and concern that this mighty institution that has grown by leaps and bounds over the years and weathered all kinds of storms as a vanguard of democratic governance, civil liberties, and social justice, has of recent faced serious existential threats orchestrated by the junta in collusion with their proxies currently holed up at Najanankumbi. As we celebrate the 20th anniversary of the FDC, it's incumbent upon us, all the bona fide members of the party, and the well-wishers to galvanize, summon, and direct all our energies towards achieving the mission and ideals of the FDC, for which our forefathers, comrades, and many members have painstakingly sacrificed, with some paying the ultimate price. It's on that premise that the delegates who assembled at an extraordinary National Delegates Conference that convened at this very place where we are today, on the 19th of September 2003, took a bold step to stave off a coup against the party constitution that had been orchestrated and masterminded by a handful of individuals who were unfortunately hitherto at the helm of the party leadership. I speak with confidence that the 19th September day 2023 day will remain in the annals of our party as a very significant day where guarantee members of the party took a commendable decision of warding off the evil maneuvers of the junta that had crept into the nerve center of the mighty FDC. Those who have a text, you can correct that. That had crept into the mighty FDC. You took a bold step, and we need to pat each other at the back. That decision is laudable. It's a laudable decision. Posterity will appreciate it. For the record, The delegates braved and defied all monstrous obstacles or hostile environment, brutality, tear gas, mayhem, and marauding key-face gangs, amongst others, and unanimously made the following resolutions. 1. Extension of the FDC party leadership by 6 months from 8th October to 2023. You recall the extended leadership was to expire on that day of 8th October or thereabout 2023. And when members assembled here, they said that leadership is extended for 6 months. 2, the second resolution to put in place an interim electoral commission to organize free, fair, transparent, and credible internal party elections. The commission comprised of Honorable Michael Kabaziguruka as the Chief Electoral Commissioner and the 3 other members, to wit, Honorable Jaka Wamai Wamanga, Dr. Elizabeth Chiwarabye, Mr. Bone Ogongson. 3, the third resolution, the Delegates Conference suspended the following members from the leadership of the party. Number 1, the then party leader president, Engineer Amuriato Boy, was suspended. The then Secretary General, Honorable Nathan Nandala Mafari, suspended. And the then Treasurer General, Honorable Geoffrey Kanya, was also suspended. Number 4, during the suspension, the deputies then, that is the Honorable His Worship Elias Lukwago, interim president, while Honorable Francis Mwijushe and Harold KAIJA were assigned the duties of Treasurer General and Secretary General, respectively. Number 5, the delegates set aside the fraudulent elections that had been organized by Mr. Toterebuka Bamwenda. That was done here. 6, the National Executive Committee was tasked to set up a disciplinary committee to expeditiously investigate the suspended leaders. 7, National Executive Committee was further instructed to challenge in courts of law the October 6th illegal delegates conference. Mr. Chairman and honorable members, I would like to once again extend my profound gratitude to the delegates and the entire membership of the party for the trust they put in my team to steer the party during this interim period. I would like to express that gratitude to you, colleagues. I, however, hasten to add that during this tumultuous period, it has been a roller coaster journey characterized by malicious propaganda, sabotage by our detractors, and logistical challenges, among other things. The challenges notwithstanding, it is a constitutional obligation and a call for all of us to continue with the struggle with grit, with resilience, with fortitude. I wish on this note to appreciate our founding president, Dr. KIZZA BESIGYE, and our hereda, who happens to be in exile, the Honorable Chapaka Ruhanga, for providing us with a home and a command post where we are gathered today, and all other forms of support in innumerable ways. We are more than gratified, Colonel Dr. KIZZA BESIGYE and the entire team. Similar gratitude is extended to you all members for the invaluable support and sacrifices made in various ways, in many ways that I cannot explain here. You are also, even being here, you are sacrificing. On a daily basis, you are sacrificing. Kudos, colleagues. At this juncture, Mr. Chairman and honorable members, permit me to present to you a synopsis of the activities and actions taken in execution of the mandate entrusted to us. Number 1, suspension and disciplinary action. Immediately upon assuming office, we extracted the aforesaid resolutions of the Delegates Conference and submitted or registered the same with the Electoral Commission as required under the law, with the demand that the record should capture the true position of the party. Unfortunately, and characteristic of the Commission, up to now, they are yet to respond to our communication. The same resolutions were forwarded to the banks, our banks, where we have accounts, but still no positive response is delivered to us. The impositors continue to receive statutory funds from the Electoral Commission and spend the same illegally with reckless abandon, and they are not accounting to members. Our efforts to pursue the disciplinary committee or processes have been a bit thwarted by a number of impediments, details of which shall be shared with you in due course. The foregoing notwithstanding, the position remains that those leaders are still under suspension, no matter the posturing and the grandstanding. Have you heard that? They remain on suspension. I'm glad to report to you that all bona fide and well-intentioned members, countrywide and in the diaspora, have roundly rejected them, and they are left with no iota of credibility. Litigation. Members, as you are aware, the imposters had engineered machinations to fraudulently secure a court order from Lady Justice Esther Nambayo to forestall the 19th September Extraordinary Delegates Conference, but all in vain. The purported court order was never extended. There was an interim order which was never extended and not served on the chairman here, and it lapsed on 18th September on the eve of our delegates conference. Their matter was extended to 4th October. We don't know what happened to the same. Therefore, our delegates conference was lawfully convened, and the resolutions thereof are still binding and have never been challenged in any courts of law. They are binding. We also proceeded to file a civil suit in the High Court, number 387 of 2023, Ambassador Waswabirigwa and 27 others, versus Boniface Teteleboka Bamwenda, challenging the processes that were being undertaken to hold the delegates conference at Patida Samuji Lugogo on the 6th day of October 2023 under the rubrics of Teteleboka Bamwenda Commission. We specifically sought for a permanent injunction restraining the imposters, their agents, servants, and or employees acting under them from A, holding the office of the Chief Electoral Commissioner of FDC without the express mandate of the National Delegates Conference, that is the Honorable Teteleboka Bamwenda. 2, an injunction also restraining them from holding or presiding over the internal elections for the leadership of the structures of the FDC. 3, restraining them from convening the National Delegates Conference that was slated for 6th October to elect members of NEC. Mr. Chairman and distinguished members, the aforesaid suit is still subsisting. It had been allocated to Justice Musa Sekana, but we requested the matter be placed before a different judge. In that suit, we had filed an interlocutor application seeking for a temporary injunction to stop the Patida Samuji purported delegates conference of October 6, 2023. Unfortunately, in his midnight ruling on the eve of the purported delegates conference, Justice Sekana declined to grant it, giving spurious reasons that it had been brought in bad faith. The fortunate bit is that the decision of Justice Sekana did not clothe their impaned delegates conference with legality or legitimacy. And we have since reinforced our legal team with very senior lawyers to seek to court relief, quashing everything that they did. And our legal team is having sleepless nights, burning midnight candles, working around the clock to have whatever they resolved, quashed, and put into where it belongs, that is the dustbin. Internal elections and party structures. The delegates conference set up an electoral commission chaired by Honorable Michael Kabaziguruka to organize transparent, free and fair or credible internal party elections. However, we suffered some setbacks in that the commission chairperson got some serious health challenges, and it's by the grace of God that is with us here. And this hampered his effort, his ability to that mandate. The foregoing notwithstanding, we managed to proceed with the task, and where we stand today, structures have been built at villages, at village, parish, sub-county, constituency, and district level across the country. We must commend you for the commitment, zeal, passion, for your active participation and involvement in this exercise, which has been largely successful despite the limited resources and other challenges. We are left with only a few areas to be completed, and the processes will culminate into the final stage of the National Delegates Conference that has been scheduled for 19th March 2024. The notice that was given by the national chairman to have the Delegates Conference that day. So areas where we have not finalized, please proceed as soon as practicable to finalize those exercises or processes. In our strategic plan, we agreed to continue with our strategy of defiance and non-violent struggle. In advancement of the said strategy, we had to jointly work with the other forces of change, and we have had a series of engagement, meetings, public appearances, and a number of activities that we have handled jointly with other forces of change. I am pleased to inform you that we have cemented the bond with different formations, and on 16th of January 2024, we hosted here at Katonga a joint press conference to pass on the message, a New Year message that would give direction to Ugandans on how to regain their sovereignty. The press conference was addressed by our patriarch, Dr. KIZZA BESIGYE, NUP President, the Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi, Honorable Winnie KIZZA on behalf of Auntie, Dr. Lulu Mebayega for DP Progressive Forces, Council Peter Warubiri for UPC, again Progressive UPC, PPP President Saddam Gaira, among others, who made a passionate call to all Ugandans to rise up and challenge the junta through demonstrations and political activism. We thank all of them for the solidarity. We had lined up a series of joint activities countrywide, starting with Kampala, Lira, and Iganga. For Kampala, we had an activity to awaken the people of Kampala about the deplorable state of infrastructure, which is decayed, yet colossal sums of money have been borrowed. The Kampala activity coincided with the NAM and G77 plus China conference that was used as an excuse by the junta to use its brutal arm to thwart all our efforts. Some of us, myself, Dr. Besigye, and the Honorable Kyagulanyi, were detained in our respective homes and kept under house arrest illegally and incommunicado for a week, a whole week, save for the Honorable Kyagulanyi, who applied Dr. KIZZA Besigye's yes, of getting out of incarceration momentarily. That notwithstanding, we remain resilient and resolute, and we shall continue with several other activities to be rolled out in the coming days. And I humbly appeal to you members to embrace all the programs of forces of change. Observations. It cannot be gainsaid that party members are engrossed in a rather intricate conversation about the future trajectory of our beloved party and the struggle at large. At the National Executive Committee level, are we together, colleagues? Let me repeat this. This is the gist of the matter now. It cannot be gainsaid that party members are engrossed in a rather intricate conversation about the future trajectory of our beloved party and the struggle at large. At the National Executive Committee level, which I preside over, we have had occasion to critically reflect on the ongoing labyrinthine debate about the trajectory of our struggle, and we deemed it prudent and imperative to present to you members of the National Council the various permutations as suggested and presented by different members here and in diaspora for your consideration and consensus building. Underline that statement. Number one, these are different permutations and suggestions. Don't hold them onto me or any individuals. This is what we are gathering from all of you. We have interacted with all of you in various ways. Number one, a wide section of the members hold a firm position that we should continue with the fight to rescue our party, evict the imposters, and regain control of our party headquarters at Najana Nkumbi, and do all what it takes through litigation and other means to bring back the party onto the rail. This will inevitably involve finalizing the processes of constituting a legitimate and lawful leadership of the party through a delegates conference scheduled for 19th March 2024. Is it well understood, colleagues? That is option number one. Two, there has also been a call for reconciliation, particularly coming from the imposters at Najana Nkumbi. As NEC, we have been categorical on our response that for this proposal to be considered subject to opinion, the imposters must denounce their nefarious conduct and scandal. There has also been a call for reconciliation, particularly coming from the imposters at Najana Nkumbi. As NEC, we have been categorical in our response that for this proposal to be considered, the imposters, their nefarious conduct and scandals, which include the coup they are perpetrating because they are continuing to commit treason against the party, the chaos and mayhem they have caused at Najana Nkumbi, including bringing goons to take it up as a garrison, and apologize for the public odium they have invited to the party. They have subjected us to public odium, so they should apologize for the same. They must stop holding out as leaders of the party and vacate Najana Nkumbi. If they are to be retained as a member of the party, they have to go through some cleansing exercise. And exorcising the ghost which is haunting us now. 3, given protracted struggle, it's only human that some people get fatigued. Therefore, there is a section of members who have moved a rather novel proposal that since the vision, heart, and soul of members of the party reside here at Katonga, the bona fide members who are still committed to the struggle to push back against the junta should consider getting a new brand and move on with the vision of building a new Uganda with the new institutions. Hey, I told you, please, these are different permutations for your consideration, not for applause. This would essentially entail having a new political formation. No holds barred. I present it as is. And these are the views we have gathered as NEC members from all of you, and we sum them up for your consideration. 4, there are members who are pessimistic about the viability of political parties under a military junta. And they are advancing a rather radical proposal that we establish a social movement akin to the reform agenda, advance the struggle to its logical conclusion, and the members will have a party belonging once we establish a constitutionally functional state structure. There are those who have that view. Is it well understood? The final one, number 5, it is also a fact that, regrettably, some of our members have chosen to acquire new addresses and continue with their journey under new banners. Unfortunately, that shouldn't have been a unilateral decision. In the journey we have walked, we have traveled. We need to sit together, agree, and move as a team. In the premises, I hereby invite you, honorable members, to have a candid and frank deliberation about their aforesaid permutations, with a view of generating a consensus on the most appropriate and viable course of action that will enable us march in a single file with fortitude until we reach the promised land for God and my country.